Well, hello there, friends. It's been a while, but I am finally back. And like I've said so many times before, it's for good this time. So what could have possibly inspired me to make my triumphant return to the tube? That's what I call YouTube, by the way, the tube. We're tight like that. Well, the answer, of course, is Fallout 76. Ever since I first played Fallout 4, which then motivated me to play the entire Fallout library, I've been a huge fanboy. Needless to say, I am high with hopes and anticipation for Bethesda's E3 presentation coming up this Sunday night. I'm trying not to overhype it to myself too much, but I can't lie about being as giddy and nervous as a virgin with the school slut on his arm at prom and a hotel key in his pocket. So first of all, I'm not going to go through all of the 4chan, Reddit, and Kotaku leaks here, as every YouTuber has done so ad nauseum at this point. I also don't completely trust them 100%, as I prefer to wait for the official word from Bethesda. I am aware of the leaks, and I've studied them quite extensively, but I wouldn't want to cover them here as if they're fact like I've seen some YouTubers doing. Let's just say the clickbait and misleading videos have been aplenty in the last week. So it goes without saying that most of what is about to come out of my mouth is pure speculation based on all information available, which is next to nothing, admittedly. So all that being said, let's start with the rumored release dates. Will 76 come out July 31st, as Amazon previously leaked, quotes leaked? Maybe July 6th, as a YouTube video supposedly leaked, quote leaked? Maybe sometime in August, November, October? Maybe not till next year sometime. Well, in my opinion, if I was a betting man, I'd put my money on the 6th of July date. But Mr. Dubz, that's less than a month away, you say. Yeah, and your point is? Look, Todd Howard has gone on record saying that they want the time between announcement and release as small as possible for their games. A policy I fully support, as nothing grinds my gears harder than being shown an awesome game only to find out that I won't get to play it until next year or longer. I feel the same about movies, by the way. By the time The Dark Knight finally came out, I was on the verge of Rampage from the 2 years of hype leading up to it. Anyways, I digress. Part of me really believes that the leaked image of the trailers, one showing the 31st, the other showing the 6th of July, are photoshopped and totally faked. But there is something about that July 6th one that strikes a chord with me. Now wait a minute, July 6th. July is the 7th month. So that would be 7/6, right? Fallout 76 releasing on 7/6? Maybe. But that's not the only piece of evidence that leads me to this conclusion. So let's all put on our tinfoil hats, because this one involves some very basic numerology. So in the 100 or so times I've watched the trailer, the time set of the alarm on the Pip-Boy 2000 has stood out to me. Who the heck sets an alarm for 6:34 in the damn morning? I could see 6:35 or 6:30, 6:25, 6:20. But 6:34? So while everyone else out there has been focused on the date on the Pip-Boy, I've been wondering what the significance of such a specific time could possibly be. Then it hit me like a ton of empty Nuka-Cola bottles. 3 plus 4 is 7. 6:34. 6 of 7. The 6th of the 7th month, which is July. I rest my case. Well, that's out of the way, so how about the location? What part of the irradiated Earth will we be ravaging this time around? Well, if we go by the Vault-Tec terminal in the Citadel of Fallout 3, Vault 76 is considered a DC area vault. If we go by the trailer, the Appalachian coal mining state of West by God, Virginia is now marked on our map. And by the way, for all you people out there that aren't from this region, when you say West Virginia, you have to say West by God, Virginia, or you're doing it wrong. So personally, I'm expecting a little of both, the DC area and West Virginia-ish. Now, what if Vault 76 is located in the far eastern part of West Virginia, maybe even right on the border? The rumor of this game being centered on a major interstate/highway system lends to this speculation. Maybe even right on the borders of West Virginia, Virginia, and Maryland collectively. You know, for my wildest bit of speculation, what if we return to the capital wasteland itself. So though I don't really think that is going to be the case, part of me thinks that the reason the trailer didn't show the outside world is because they want the reveal of the freshly bombed DC area to be a surprise for E3. I wouldn't put my money on this one, but I do want to believe that we will see an expanded map to include the new green mountainous area of Vault 76/West Virginia to the far northwest, along with the capital wasteland to the southeast. Being so close to the bombs dropping, I can imagine the DC area to be similar to the glowing sea of Fallout 4. Hey, a man can dream, right? Then again, maybe the song in the trailer was a red herring from the start. So, assuming Bethesda isn't totally abandoning the single-player aspects that have made Fallout the great experience that it is so far, we will definitely be meeting some interesting friends and enemies in our travels once again. But who will these wayward wastelanders be? Also, assuming that the Appalachian Mountains of West Virginia is our locale this time around, I am looking forward to mutated hillbillies and redneck ghouls. Fingers crossed for a cameo from the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia. If you don't know what the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia is, Google that. Think the swamp people from Point Lookout, only way more banjo-y. Also, kind of half expecting descendants of the Hatfields and McCoys to be in there somewhere as well. That ages-old feud would probably be a really cool aspect to the game, and maybe even you get to pick sides. So one big piece of speculation I've heard a lot is the Greenbrier Bunker in West Virginia. This was a real-world fallout shelter built during the Cold War just in case we got the nukes and our federal government needed someplace to safely hide. It was mainly for Congress, if I'm not mistaken. Perhaps the president wanted up there as well, but something tells me Greenbrier isn't the only government fallout shelter that exists. I do not think this place will be making an appearance, though, as it isn't exactly close to DC. Have you looked it up on Google Earth or Google Maps? It's kind of far away. It's close enough for our real-world government to get there in case of an emergency, but if Fallout 76 is set near the capital, I can't see it being on the map. It's just too far away. Unless Bethesda takes some sort of liberties and move the bunker closer to the eastern part of the state of West Virginia, which is possible, or the other way around, you know, if Vault 76 isn't exactly in the DC area, it's just kind of close. So I guess we got to speculate about the overall story of the game. I honestly don't even know where to start with this, especially considering we really have zero to build on. Why is the vault seemingly empty in the trailer? Is it because everyone is still asleep, maybe? 6:34 in the morning? I'd still be asleep. Maybe everybody was forced out of the vault on Reclamation Day, leaving only one person behind to take care of the vault just in case things didn't work out. Maybe the single character in the trailer is a scavenger who found the vault and has been living there ever since all the original dwellers left. According to lore, Vault 76 was supposed to open 20 years after the bombs dropped. However, the date on the Pip-Boy marks 25 years after. So has this scaver been living there for 5 years, or did he just show up? In the recent no-clip documentary, which is awesome, you should all see it by the way, it's on YouTube, totally free, Todd Howard actually mentions that every Fallout game will probably start in a vault. Fallout 4 kind of didn't, but it did when you think about it. You know, you had the pre-war stuff for like 2 minutes, and then, you know, the next thing you see is the wasteland destroyed after seeing it in pristine condition, so I think that counts. So I think it's safe to say that the prologue will be similar for this game. I actually suspect that we will start pre-war with the opening of the vault as seen on the TV in the trailer. Our character will be born in the vault shortly after the bombs drop. We may get to experience winning the various trophies as seen in the trophy case of the trailer. My biggest questions come from the party scene though. If those balloons have been up for 5 years, that wouldn't make much sense. They would all be deflated by then. Like, I think helium depletes after like 10 or 12 days or something. So, either the party was the night before and the vault was closed for 5 extra years, or that piece of the trailer was not linear. Maybe none of the trailer was linear. Just a collection of shots to just give us a basic idea of the game, to kind of show off Vault 76. And that's pretty much all I have on my speculation for the story, because we have pretty much zilch to go on. So now I guess it's time to talk about the ghoul elephant in the room. What kind of online element will we see in Fallout 76? I think it's safe to say it won't be an MMO or a PUBG type of game. I highly doubt that Bethesda would deviate so far from what makes Fallout what it is. My money is on a 2 to 5 player co-op feature while still being an enjoyable single player experience. I just can't imagine Bethesda taking such a huge leap. I also would expect if they were to do a Fallout MMO or PvP type of game, it would be called like Fallout Online or something similar. Fallout 76 just tells me it's a game with a specific story, a kind of spin-off to hold us over until Fallout 5, which very well could have more of an online element to it. I, for one, am very excited at the prospect of being able to explore the wastes, build settlements, and kill hillbilly raiders with some friends. Now I just need to get some friends. Last but not least, one thing I want to talk about is how will VATS and mods work in multiplayer? Well, let's start with VATS. I would direct your attention to Fallout 4 when you're doing battle with a companion at your side. When you go into VATS, your companion and everyone else are still operating at regular speed. I can't count how many times I've been in the middle of choosing my shots in VATS to have the game bring me out of it because my companion just finished off my target before I could. I expect it to be no different when playing with friends. When a friend goes into VATS, it will just look to you like they're lining up a shot. Maybe they take away the slow motion aspect if needed. I just highly doubt that we would see a Fallout game without VATS implemented in some way. Some people who claim to know a thing or two about a thing or two have stated that the game will not have mods. And others wonder how could they have mods if it's a multiplayer game? In order for mods to work, all people playing the game would have to have the same mods installed, right? This is true, but doesn't the same apply to DLC? It has been a while since I've tried playing an online game, but I seem to remember certain game sessions being unavailable to me when I didn't have certain DLC packs. So maybe they figured out a way to make mods work as long as each person has the same mods installed, or maybe the mods will only work in a single player mode. Another thing I can't see Bethesda doing is completely killing off the modding community. It's such a huge part of their games, huge part of their audience, and they would be losing a large portion of their audience by blocking them. That's not to say I wouldn't put it past them, but I think it would be a very, very bad move on their part. Well, that's pretty much all I've got for now. So be sure to discuss everything with me in the comments below. Let me know your speculations, hopes, and dreams for Fallout 76. Subscribe for more Fallout-related content, and look forward to the follow-up to this video after we get the official rundown from Bethesda at E3. Don't forget to caress the thumbs up button, and I will see you again soon. And always and forever remember to watch out for the potholes. I'll see you in the next one.
West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me.
But when the fighting is stopped and the fallout is settled, you must rebuild.
I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads, take me home, country roads.
In Vault 76, our future begins.